Hello, everyone. When you look at the house of the Lord, the original Kaaba in Petra, Jordan, at the entrance, what you see is actually 6 columns. Let's count it together. This is column number 1, column number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. However, let me show you a rendering of what the Kaaba would have possibly looked back then before it was destroyed by the Umayyad armies. This is how it would have looked like. As you can see, it's a perfect cube from these corners. It's a cube, it's a Kaaba, it's a cube. And again, you see around it, we have these areas, and it's also one here as well, where you can actually go around the house within this kind of a tunnel with these columns that they had created. But again, you see 6 columns here, right? 4, 5, 6. So the question you should ask yourself is, why were there 6 columns at the entrance to the house of our Creator? And this is another rendering, another painting of how it would have looked like. And again, you can see the 6 columns, and you can see the hallway for going around the house, and you can see that it's a perfect cube. But to understand that, we have to know the Quran and the Bible. Let's start with the book of Genesis, and then after that we will look at a verse in the Quran as well. It says, by the 7th day God had finished the work he had been doing. So basically God took 6 days to create the heavens and the earth and everything that is in them, and by the 7th day he actually had finished that work. So on the 7th day he rested from all his work. So it took 6 days to create the heavens and the earth, and on the 7th day he took rest and he was established on his throne. Then God blessed the 7th day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. And this is the list of the days of creation. Again, you can see the 6 days. Day 6, that work was finished. So day 7th was the Sabbath of rest. One thing I want to clarify is that the days in the book of our Creator, the days in the book of Allah, are not the same days that we have. We are not talking about 24-hour days. There's actually a verse in the book of Psalm and a verse in the Quran that tell us that each day in the book of Allah is equivalent to 1,000 days of what we count. So these days, we are not talking about 24-hour period days. This is a different calculation of days that Allah has in the heaven. It's very different than what we do on the earth. Now let's look at verse number 4 of chapter 57. It says, he is the one who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. Sittate ayyam, 6 days. Again, different measurement of days. We're not talking about 24-hour day periods, right? ثُمَّ اسْتَوَى عَلَى الْعَرْشِ. It means then after 6 days he was established. He sat on the throne, on the arsh, on the throne. So again, Quran tells us the same thing, 6 days. Therefore, we can easily conclude that each of these columns here are actually representing each day of creation. These are 6 days of creation, and then as you enter this, you're entering what? You're entering the house of Allah, the house of our Creator. This basically, that represents that the 6 days are over. Now you're entering the 7th day when Yahweh, our Creator, was established on his throne. So that's why you go to his house. It's where his throne is. So he was established on his throne. This is another picture of the plan of the house of the Lord. This is the columns that we talked about right here. And here you enter the house, you enter the holy place, and look, you have 6 columns again. Column number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, the same thing, that each column is representing a day of creation, and here is the throne of our Creator when he was established on his throne. So he created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. ثم استوى على العرش. Then he was established on his throne here. So as you can see, the house of the Lord, the house of Yahweh, the original house of Yahweh in Petra, Jordan, which used to be known as Bakkah or Mecca before it was fully destroyed by the Umayyads and its inhabitants were sent to exile or massacred and killed. It really confirms both the Bible and the Quran, and it's built, actually it's designed in accordance with the verses of Allah, with the words of Allah, our Creator. Interestingly, let me share with you a hadith from a major hadith book in Sunni Islam, Sahih Muslim, book 15, hadith 442. Again, for those of you who know me, I do not follow the hadith, but this is just something interesting that I want you to also know, that this was very well known even back then as well. Ibn Abbas reported that Allah's Prophet entered the Kaaba, and in Kaaba, there were 6 pillars. 6 pillars, set sawar. And he stood near a pillar and made a supplication, but did not observe the prayer. So even their own hadith that they have, it actually tells you that there used to be 6 pillars in it. But where in this house are there 6 pillars? So again, I have no idea what this is. This has nothing godly, no signs from the book of Allah. It does not confirm the Quran. It does not confirm the Bible. And I have no idea what this is. All I can tell you that this was the mosque of loss, disbelief, and division that was built at some point. And it had a Qiblah. Its Qiblah is actually pointing directly to Petra, Jordan as well. And if you have not watched my previous video, I highly encourage you to watch it. I will put the link down here, because the Quran has prophesied about this mosque and the role it has played since its inception and will continue to play when Allah's promised messenger servant of the covenant in the Quran and in the Bible appears sometime in the future. If you believe in Allah, in Yahweh, in our Creator, I hope that this video increased your faith and confidence in the fact that the original, the actual house of Allah, the Kaaba, is actually in Petra, Jordan. And you can see it confirms both the Bible and the Quran. It actually confirms their own hadith. Now, I don't believe in their own. I promise you that the house of the Lord, the original Kaaba, will actually be established sometime in future, hopefully soon. I don't know when. And that is a definite prophecy in the Quran, that the Qiblah will be changed to its original Qiblah, to where it was, towards Petra, Jordan, sometime in the future. Again, I have a video on that. I will put the link down in description as well. This is going to happen. Have no doubt on it. This house has withstood 2 major wars and attacks, and you look, it's still standing. The altar is still standing, and it will rise up from its ashes, and once again it will serve its purpose when our Lord comes back, when Allah, when Yahweh, when he comes back to this house, to this temple. He will usher in the 7th day, which will be a day of faith, a day of the knowledge of Yahweh, a day of the knowledge of our Lord, and the people of the world will get to know him, will get to believe in him, will get to understand his words. That's the 7 days, and that will happen when our Creator comes back to this house and dwells in it once and for all. Peace and blessings to all of you.